Good afternoon, grade 6. So we are now on our first lesson for today. So I want you to get your book in English. Okay? Get your book in English and turn your book to wait lang ha. Wait. Page 41. Turn your book to page 41. So I hope you're now on page 41. Okay. So on page 41, we have a story here. The title is Bulanawan and Ageo. Okay, so this is our fifth lesson in English. Okay, so on page 41, you are going to answer the activity wherein you're going to identify if the statement is a hyperbole or an irony. So remember yung hyperbole? So itong hyperbole, mga exaggerated expression, mga over, o ra kaayo. Okay? Nang sobra-sobra ra siya. Pero makuha din mo ang point ni mauto siya. Okay? While the irony is you're saying something but you mean the opposite. Ba? Piniluso po. Okay? So you answer this. Just identify kung kanina mga statements is a hyperbole or an irony. Okay? After that, you read the story. After you answer this activity, okay. Now, before we proceed, we are going to read the following words correctly. You are going to read these words correctly. Okay? So first, I want you to repeat after me. Okay? Repeat after me. First, hydrogen. Hydrogen. Okay, very good. Next, cyst. Cyst. Crystal. Crystal. Patience. Patience. These words are actually found on page 42, activity letter C. Okay? Page 42. Okay? So continue. Patience. Improbable. Improbable. Illogical. Illogical. Circulate. Circulate. Infect. Infect. Pollution. Pollution. Stimulant. Stimulant. Mean. Mean. Volume. Volume. Median. Median. Radius. Radius. Circumference. Circumference. Equation. Equation. Commutative. Commutative. Percentage. Percentage. We have the same, okay. Circumference. Circumference. Probability. Probability. Cruise. Cruise. Adapt. Adapt. Irrational. Irrational. Axis. Axis. Benign. Benign. Chord. Chord. Interrupt. Interrupt. Neighborhood. Neighborhood. Competitive. Competitive. Classification. Classification. Okay, so I hope you practice reading these words, the following words on page 42. Okay, so now moving on, let us read the story on pages 42 to 43 entitled Bulanawan and Ageo. This is actually a very short story for me, okay, but I hope that you get, you will try to understand the meaning of the story, okay? So I'm not going to read the story for you anymore since I know you already know how to understand the story And then after you read the story, you answer the 6 questions in Reader's Workshop on page 43. Okay? You answer the 6 questions in Reader's Workshop on page 43 after you read the story. So I hope you understand the story, ha? But don't worry, if you have questions, you know where to reach me. Diba na may messenger sa teacher? Oh, we have a GC, so you know where to reach me if you have questions. Okay? So we are now on our main topic, which is, now let's go to page 46, everybody. Page 46. Okay, so modals. Okay, so I hope you still remember our lesson before when you were still grade 5. Okay, so we had this before, di ba? Modals. So, everybody on page 46. Okay, so page 46, okay. Modals, these are verbs that need another verb. Okay? They are called helping verbs. So, verbs sila, but they need another verb. If you try to recall before, di ba? So, they are called helping verbs. So, examples, may, shall, will, can, must, could, ought to. Okay? So, kani sila tag na sila yung mga meaning. Okay? Na sila yung mga meaning. So, nasa mga purpose. So, dapat magamit ka sa mga models, you should know what appropriate model is used in your sentence. Okay, so let's start. Examples here are, number 1, Ageo and Bulanawan can make the earth tremble. Okay, so the model being used in sentence is can. Very good. So si can ang ato ang modal. Okay, si can cannot is a verb. Okay, but it cannot stand on its own. Kailangan siya another verb, which is yung make. Okay? Di man pwedeng Ageo ang Bulanawan, can the earth tremble? Di ba? Support lang siya. Okay? It's a verb that needs another supporting verb. Oh, helping verb lang siya. Okay? So, can means ability. Okay? Kaya. Presently. Okay? Because it also has, may ano din siya eh, may past tense din siya. Okay? So, here we have, can, meaning ability, so kaya. Other example, David can speak 3 languages. So, kaya ni David mag-speak of 3 languages. Can ang atong gigamit, anak. Kaya niya. He has the ability to do that. Okay? Another, he could speak English when he was 5. So, meaning, ang could is the past tense of can. Okay? O, past tense na siya ni can. So, kanisya, if you try to observe, kani si could is used if yung ability ng person has existed before. Okay? So, pwede nga kaya niya before but dili na karon. Okay? So, here in the example, it says, he could speak English when he was 5. Atong 5 pa siya. We do not know if he can still speak English presently. Diba? So, before man siya nahitabo, he was still 5. So, karon di na siya 5. So, probably older na siya. So, when he was still 5, he could speak English. Munang could ang atong gigamit. Do you follow? Kung present siya, he can still do it at present, karon. So, you use the modal can. Okay? So, I want you to also practice writing examples here. Maskin mga 2 examples lang in every modal. Okay? Write it in your notebook. Practice lang, practice. That's for your own good. So, get your English notebook and write examples. 2 examples of a modal can. 2 examples of a modal could. Okay? Next, we have, everybody, let's read. Their grandfather will make them reconcile. Okay? Their grandfather will make them reconcile. So, will meaning promise. Okay? You're making a promise. Will meaning buhaton nimo. Okay? You're going to do it. Though there's a saying that promises are made to be broken. No? Pero you're about to do them. Okay? Buhaton niya nimo sila. So, we have here another example. I will make good this school year. Oh, once that promise. And who had that promise na? Are you going to make good this school year? Yes, I will make good this school year. So magtarong na ka. Okay? Especially now that you are graduating. Okay, so you have to make good this school year. So we use the modal will. That's a promise. If you're going to make good this year, diba? Another, they will pass the books this afternoon. They will pass the books this afternoon. So meaning, nag-promise mong ipasa ninyo ang book this afternoon, not tomorrow. Diba? So promise, will. Okay, nakuha. So make another 2 examples for this. Okay, write it in your notebook. English notebook. Okay? Okay. Let's move on. Third one, shall we watch this movie? Shall we watch this movie? So we use the modal shall. See, shall is a modal that means requesting permission. Ba? Usually, I always ask you this, shall we start? I'm asking permission. You can actually say no. Okay? Or you can actually say no if you are not ready. But if you're ready and I ask you, shall we start? Then you'll say yes. Let us start. Diba? Another example, shall we go to the party? Kung ask kag permission. Diba? Ask kag permission. Another, you shall listen to the teacher. Okay? You shall listen to the teacher. Okay? So meaning, dapat ka maminaw sa imong teacher. Okay? Not that you need to ask permission for that, but you have to do it. Diba? You have to do it. Okay. So another, okay, so you have to make 2 examples about this modal in your English notebook. Okay? Next. Wait lang ha. Wait lang ha. Sige. Rewind. Okay, so let's continue. Okay. So, another modal, wala siya na underline ni teacher. They may like this new recipe. No, wala na change. Okay. So, okay. So, sorry for that interruption. Let's continue. So, we are now on number 4. So, our next model is may. Okay. So, they may like this new recipe. May ganit meaning you are not sure. Okay? Lahi po tong may nga you're asking permission. Since we have a lot of models and I'm just presenting you few of them. Okay? So the may in this sentence, ano siya stand as a model which means you are not sure. They may like this new recipe. Pwede nga ganahan sila or pwede po nga dili. Okay? So not sure. So you can use may if you are stating something and you are not sure. Okay, so our other example is, I may come tomorrow, meaning, you may come tomorrow or you may not. Okay, pwede ka man ugma, pwede po nga dili. Okay, dili ka sure, wala ka nag-promise. Okay, wala ka nag-promise. Okay, next, she may not join the group this year. She may not join the group this year. So meaning, pwede nga dili siya mag-join sa group, pwede po nga mag-join siya, dili sure. Okay? Though she said here that she may not join the group, pero pwede po siya mo-join sa group. We never know. So you use the modal may. Okay? So I hope I'm not too fast. Okay? But if you have some questions, you know where to reach me. And by the way, you need to write 2 examples about this. Okay? 2 examples about me. Okay, next. Number 5. When she was younger, she could walk a mile. Okay? When she was younger, she could walk a mile. So, we had this before, no? Ako na nag-explain ganin ha. Could means able to do in the past. So, kaya naman siya buhaton before. Okay? Another example. Diba? Dito sa example, it says when she was younger. Okay? So, meaning, now that she's old, probably, she could not walk a mile anymore. Okay? So we have another example. My brother could play the cymbals when he was younger. So the same yapon. When he was younger, he could play the cymbals. So since could man siya, so now, probably hindi na siya makaplay. Okay? He cannot play the cymbals anymore. Cannot. Okay? Can and not. So hindi na kaya. Okay? Before kaya. That's why it uses Could. Kuha. Okay. Another. My grandmother could dance ballet when she was still young. Okay. So, the same yapon. Ability before which you cannot do in the present. So, you use the modal could. Follow? Okay. Another. Now, please don't forget to write your own example about each model, okay? And write it in your English notebook. Practice lang, that's for your own good. And I'm going to check it. It's just check, okay? Dili magtinapulan. I hope you do as I say, okay? So next, we have Dian ought to do her homework every day. So ought to, ang atong gi-underline. This is our model in this sentence. Ought to means duty. Do you know what's duty? So, duty means para siyang obligation or you have to do it, di ba? O, parang responsibility. Ought to. Just like you ought to do your homework every day. You ought to do your activities on your own, not with the help, not hindi yung mga parents yung gumagawa, but kayo. Okay? We don't discourage you from asking assistance or asking help, but as much as possible, please do it on your own. Okay? Because we are grading you, hindi yung mga parents niyo. Okay? So ought to, meaning that's your duty. Okay? You ought to do your homework every day. Another example, John ought to practice using the drums some more. Okay? So suggestion siya. So since para mag-improve yung talent niya, so he ought to practice using drums some more. Diba? Oh. So another, students ought to listen to their teachers to understand their lessons well. Alam niyo ba to? So that you can understand your lessons well, you ought to listen to your teachers. Okay, that's a duty. Okay? And we don't have to tell you that anymore because you know that as a student. Especially ngayon, grade 6 na kayo. Diba? Oh, you have to be responsible. You ought to be responsible. And we expect that from you. Okay? Kay mga kuya at ate man kayo ng mga lower grades. Right? Okay, so write your own example also about this model, ought to. Okay? Sige. So, next, chefs must come with their clean aprons on. Okay? Because ang mga chefs, di ba, they usually work in the kitchen. And we cannot help but get all the greases. Okay? Magluto ba na sila? So, mahugawan nilang apron. Okay? But if they face people, o dapat clean din nilang aprons. Diba? So, chefs must come with their clean aprons on. Dito sa book ninyo, the meaning of must is a requirement or an obligation. Okay? So, wait lang. I have some changes to do. This is okay. This is a probability, but also a requirement. Okay? Oo. So, a requirement. Dalawa yung meaning niya. Kasi sa grade 5 pa kayo, yung meaning niya is a requirement or obligation. But dito, sa English book ninyo sa grade 6, meaning ng must is probability. Okay? Probability yun nandito. So, example dito. Okay? She can't write that well. She must have cheated. So, nagminaro siguro na siya mo ng nakadaog siya, but she can write well. How come? She must have cheated. May probability. Okay? Munang must ang yung gigamit. But other examples also, if the use of must is a requirement, so, we can have it this way. She must cheat in order to win. Okay? Para makadaog siya, magminaro na lang siya. Okay? So, lahat po siya nga gamit. Another, father worked so early in the morning and went home late at night. He must be so tired. Na yung probability. The same with May. Diba? Si May, not sure. Pero si must is a probability. So, pwede si Papa, kapwede siguro na siya, no? Because he worked early in the morning and went home late at night. Diba? He must be so tired. Now, I'm going to give you an example kung ang gamit ng must is a requirement. Okay? So, let's do it. So, dito, okay. Oh, another example is, kung yung gamit is, I see. Okay. I'd rather not. For example, kung ang must ang gamit sa must is a requirement, so it would be this way. I must finish my homework so that I can sleep early. Okay? So, yung must dito, yung gamit niya is a modal na requirement siya. Okay? Requirement. So, requirement siya. Okay? Dili siya probability, but a requirement. That in order for her to sleep early, in order for you to sleep early, you must finish your homework. Okay? You must finish your homework. So, mo na siya ang condition, requirement. So, I hope you get the point. Dili unta mo malibog. Okay? Anyway, if you're confused, you can ask questions to teach. You can ask question kay teacher anytime sa tuang room and sa tuang messenger. Okay? So, what we have here, so that we can continue, let us answer activities A, B, and C on pages 46 to 47. Okay? So, naadyan sa inyong book. So, using these models, you're going to use the appropriate model for each sentence and continue. Continue with the other activities. Okay? So, you're going to finish the following sentences using the given models. Please do your best naman. And you can also search the internet. Make use of your data. Mag-search mo. Okay? So that you can learn more. Okay? So that you can learn more. Because you can actually explore on the other websites para naman to improve yourselves and also to add knowledge sa inyong mind. Okay? So, I hope that you understood the lesson and don't hesitate to ask questions if you have any. Okay? So, that's it. Thank you, grade 6, and I hope that you will enjoy. Smile lang good mo while answering. Don't think nga nahimo na siyang naghatag siya o problema sa inyo. Instead, it's a learning for you. You're so lucky that you're able to study, di ba? And do schooling at home. So you are so lucky. So have it as a blessing instead of a curse. Okay? So have a good day, grade 6, and I hope you enjoy answering.